Every year, 1 in 4 men over the age of 60 experiences a fall, making falls the leading cause of injury-related deaths among men over 65, surpassing even car accidents and heart attacks, which are commonly perceived as the top threats to this age group. This alarming and often underappreciated statistic underscores the critical importance of implementing targeted fall prevention strategies specifically designed for older men, who frequently face unique challenges related to progressive muscle loss, declining balance, and reduced mobility. A comprehensive longitudinal study tracking 12,000 men over a 6-year period found that suffering just a single serious fall increased the risk of death within the following 3 years by an alarming 42%, and this risk escalated dramatically to 67% for those who experienced multiple falls. These findings highlight not only the immediate dangers posed by falls, such as debilitating fractures, severe head injuries, extended hospitalizations, and the resulting complications, but also the long-term health consequences, including significantly reduced physical activity, increased social isolation, depression, anxiety, and a general decline in mental health, all of which can severely diminish. Starting from the age of 30, men naturally begin to lose between 3–5% of their muscle mass every decade, a process that accelerates significantly after age 60 due to a condition known as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is characterized by the progressive loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength, which undermines not only balance and mobility, but also negatively impacts metabolic health, immune system, function, and the body's ability to recover effectively from illness or injury, thereby substantially increasing the likelihood of falls, frailty, and other complications that can lead to hospitalization or loss. By the time men reach 80, they have typically lost nearly 40% of their muscle mass compared to when they were 30 years old. A staggering and often debilitating decline that directly impacts their independence, ability to perform daily activities, and overall quality of life. However, the encouraging news is that this muscle decline is not an inevitable or irreversible fate. Extensive research from multiple reputable institutions indicates that engaging in regular strength training and balance exercises can effectively rebuild muscle tissue, enhance neuromuscular coordination, improve postural control, and significantly reduce the risk of falls. For instance, a controlled trial conducted by the University of Michigan demonstrated that men in their 60s and 70s who committed to daily exercise sessions over a 12-week period experienced a remarkable 30–40% increase in muscle strength, a 25% improvement in balance, and a near 50% reduction in their risk of falling. Importantly, the exercises I am about to share require no gym membership, no special or expensive equipment, and can be completed in under 15 minutes each day, making them accessible, practical, and sustainable for most men regardless of their current fitness level or prior exercise experience. Surprisingly, the most effective exercise among these has been linked to a 40% reduction in the risk of premature death, according to groundbreaking research from Harvard Medical School, emphasizing not only the physical but also the profound life-extending benefits of consistent, moderate physical activity. Before we dive into the exercises, I encourage you to share your age and location in the comments below. We read and appreciate every response as it helps us understand and support our community better, tailoring our advice to meet the diverse needs and circumstances of men worldwide. Now, let's begin with the third exercise: daily walking. A landmark large-scale study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, which followed 47,000 adults over several years, found that men over 60 who walked for just 22 minutes each day had a 25% lower risk of death compared to their sedentary counterparts, increasing walking time to 40 minutes daily further. Reduced the risk by an additional 15%. Illustrating that even modest increments in daily physical activity, such as brisk walking, can have profound benefits for cardiovascular health, mental well-being, and longevity. This evidence powerfully supports the idea that incorporating small, Manageable amounts of exercise into daily routines can significantly improve overall well-being, maintain independence, and extend lifespan, making it a cornerstone of preventative health for aging men. When men over 60 reached 60 minutes of walking daily, their risk of cardiovascular disease dropped by an impressive 31%. The reason walking is especially beneficial for men in this age group lies in how aging naturally affects their arteries, specifically arterial stiffness, which increases the heart's workload and contributes to elevated blood pressure and greater risk of heart-related complications. As men age, their arteries become less flexible due to the buildup of collagen and the loss of elastin, forcing the heart to pump harder to circulate blood efficiently. A landmark study conducted by researchers at the University of Colorado provided compelling evidence for this by measuring arterial stiffness in men before and after a structured 16-week walking program. The results were remarkable. Men who committed to walking daily demonstrated arterial flexibility comparable to men 2 decades younger, effectively rejuvenating their blood vessels and improving overall cardiovascular function. Beyond these cardiovascular benefits, walking also exerts profound positive effects on brain health, particularly in regions sensitive to aging, such as the hippocampus. Research from the University of Pittsburgh utilized advanced brain imaging techniques to assess changes in the hippocampus, the critical brain area responsible for memory formation and spatial navigation, which typically shrinks by about 1 to 2% annually in sedentary men over 60. However, men who engaged in walking sessions lasting 40 minutes 3 times a week experienced a 2% increase in hippocampal volume after 1 year, effectively reversing the usual age-related decline and supporting cognitive resilience. To truly maximize the advantages of daily walking, it is important to reconsider the widely touted 10,000-step goal, which originated from a 1960s Japanese marketing campaign and lacks robust scientific support. Recent studies indicate that men over 60 attain most health benefits from walking between 7,000 and 8,000 steps per day, with mortality risk decreasing significantly up to around 8,000 steps before levels plateau. Walking beyond this number is not harmful, but offers minimal additional benefit. Equally crucial is the pace of walking. A moderate intensity is ideal, where you can comfortably hold a conversation but not sing, and your breathing is somewhat elevated without gasping. The Mayo Clinic found that walking at this moderate pace burns nearly twice as many calories as a slow stroll and delivers superior cardiovascular benefits by improving heart rate, variability, and vascular health. Although the best time to walk is whenever you can be consistent, some research highlights optimal windows. For example, a study conducted in Diabloya demonstrated that just 15 minutes of walking after each meal substantially improves blood sugar control in older adults, which is critical since glucose regulation naturally declines with age. Post-meal walking helps muscles absorb glucose more efficiently, reducing blood sugar spikes and lowering the risk of type 2 diabetes and related complications. Additionally, varying your walking surfaces adds further benefits. Walking on uneven terrain such as grass, forest trails, or sand engages a wider range of muscles, improves proprioception, and challenges balance and coordination. Researchers at Kyoto University found that older adults who regularly walked on diverse surfaces improved their balance by 20% more than those who walked only on flat pavement, thereby reducing the risk of falls, which are a leading cause of injury in this population. This doesn't mean daily hiking is necessary. Simply alternating between sidewalks, grassy areas, and other surfaces around your neighborhood is sufficient to gain these benefits. Another essential detail concerns footwear. Although it may seem obvious, many older men wear shoes that inadvertently increase their risk of falling. Research from Harvard Medical School revealed that thin, flexible shoes with good grip enhance balance and stability better than thick, cushioned shoes because they allow the feet to sense the ground more effectively, providing critical sensory feedback necessary for maintaining an equilibrium. However, walking alone isn't enough. It forms the foundation of healthy aging, but to truly safeguard your health as you age, Incorporating additional exercises is vital. The second most important exercise for men over 60 is single-leg balance stands, a simple yet powerful practice that many have not considered since childhood, but which significantly improves proprioception, muscle strength, and neuromuscular coordination, all essential for preventing falls and maintaining independence. Standing on one leg might seem simple, but research reveals it has profound health implications that extend far beyond mere balance. A landmark study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine involved over 1,700 adults aged between 51 and 75 years old, asking them to stand on one leg for 10 seconds with their eyes open. The results were striking. Individuals unable to maintain this pose had an 84% higher risk of dying within the next 7 years compared to those who could hold the position. This finding underscores the fact that balance is not just a trivial physical skill. Rather, it serves as a strong, independent indicator of overall health and vitality, reflecting the integrated function of multiple physiological systems. Maintaining balance requires a highly coordinated interaction between multiple bodily systems, including the brain, the visual system, the vestibular apparatus in the inner ear, muscles, joints, and proprioceptive sensors, all working in seamless harmony. The brain must rapidly process sensory information from these diverse sources and send precise, timely signals to the muscles to adjust posture and maintain stability, demanding both muscular strength and a swift, efficient nervous system response. When any of these systems begin to decline due to aging, chronic illness, injury, or prolonged inactivity, balance worsens, signaling underlying neuromuscular health problems that may otherwise go unnoticed. Research shows that men are particularly vulnerable to balance decline as they age, experiencing a tendency toward lower proprioceptive sensitivity, the body's ability to sense its position and movement in space, and a propensity to overestimate their physical capabilities, which together significantly increase their risk of falls after the age of 60. These falls can lead to serious injuries such as fractures, head trauma, and even long-term disability, emphasizing the critical importance of balance assessment and improvement in preventative health strategies. Fortunately, balance is a skill that can be improved at any age through targeted exercises and training. A comprehensive meta-analysis of 42 clinical studies demonstrated that balance training reduces the risk of falls by 23%, with an even more impressive 38% reduction among individuals who already have balance impairments, highlighting the efficacy of such interventions. For practical application, beginners can start by standing near a sturdy support like a chair or countertop, lifting one foot behind them and holding the position for up to 30 seconds before switching legs. While 65-year-olds typically average only about 12 seconds of one-legged standing initially, consistent daily practice can double this duration within just 4 weeks, illustrating the rapid adaptability of the neuromuscular system. To enhance the challenge and effectiveness of the exercise, closing the eyes during practice has been shown to improve stability by 32%, as it forces the brain to rely more heavily on proprioception and vestibular inputs rather than visual cues, thereby strengthening these alternative sensory pathways. Additionally, standing on soft or unstable surfaces, such as foam pads or thick mats, further develops ankle stability, joint proprioception and reaction times, all of which are critical for preventing falls in real-life situations where surfaces may be uneven or slippery. Incorporating gentle, controlled movements, such as slow leg lifts, small arm swings, or slight torso rotations, while maintaining balance adds an extra dimension of difficulty, promoting neuromuscular coordination, dynamic stability, and better functional capacity in everyday activities like walking, climbing stairs, or reaching for objects. This simple test of standing on one leg and the associated training routine provide valuable insights into an individual's health status, serving as a window into their overall physical resilience and neurological function. More importantly, they offer a practical, accessible, and cost-effective pathway toward improving balance, reducing fall risk, and ultimately contributing to a longer, healthier, and better quality of life for older adults and beyond. By dedicating just a few minutes each day to balance exercises, people can significantly enhance their physical resilience and independence, ensuring that they remain active, confident, and engaged in their communities for years to come. While balancing on one leg, gently move your lifted leg forward, backward, and sideways to challenge your stability and engage different muscle groups. To further increase the difficulty and maximize the benefits of this exercise, you can incorporate coordinated arm movements, such as raising your arms above your head or extending them out to the sides, or slowly turn your head from side to stimulate your vestibular system, which plays a key role in balance. Scientific research published in the Journal of Gerontology highlights that dynamic balance exercises, which involve maintaining equilibrium while moving, are approximately 40% more effective at reducing the risk of falls compared to simply holding static balance poses for extended periods. For optimal results, balance training should ideally be performed daily. Unlike strength training, which typically requires rest days to allow muscles to recover and repair, balance exercises can and should be practiced every day because they primarily challenge the nervous system and proprioceptive abilities, which adapt continuously without needing prolonged recovery. Supporting this, a study published in Age and Aging compared two groups, one performing balance exercises 3 times a week and another practicing daily. The daily group demonstrated nearly twice the improvement in functional balance tests, emphasizing the value of consistent practice. The time investment is surprisingly minimal. Spending just 2 to 3 minutes per day on single-leg balance stands can significantly reduce the risk of falls, especially in older adults. This simple routine can be seamlessly incorporated into your daily activities, such as while brushing your teeth, waiting for your coffee to brew, standing in line, or watching television. Consistency is crucial. Research from the Archives of Physical Medicine indicates that the benefits of balance training begin to decline after only 2 weeks without practice, underscoring that balance is very much a use it or lose it skill that requires ongoing engagement to maintain. While maintaining good balance is undeniably important, there is one exercise that research shows is even more critical for men over 60, which may come as a surprise: the daily squat. Squats are considered the single most important exercise for men in this age group, backed by more scientific evidence for their health benefits in older adults than any other movement. The findings are truly striking. For example, a long-term study from Harvard Medical School tracked over 4,000 men and women for an average of 13 years, assessing leg strength through tests resembling squats. Men in the lowest quarter of leg strength had a 40% higher risk of mortality from any cause compared to those in the highest quarter, even after adjusting for variables such as age, weight, smoking status, and other health indicators. This research established leg strength as an independent and powerful predictor of longevity. This is just one among many studies supporting these conclusions. A comprehensive meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal combined data from 16 studies involving more than 35,000 participants and found that for every 1 kilogram increase in leg strength, there was a 6% reduction in all-cause mortality. Notably, men who increased their leg strength through exercises like squats experienced the most substantial improvements in survival rates. So, why are squats so effective? The answer lies in the type and size of muscles engaged and the hormonal responses they trigger. Your legs contain the largest muscle groups in your body, and performing squats activates multiple major muscles simultaneously, including the quadriceps, hamstrings, gluteal muscles, and calves. This extensive muscle activation stimulates a surge of beneficial hormones essential for overall health. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that squats increased testosterone levels by 21% and growth hormone levels by an incredible 400% in men over 60 within hours after exercising. These hormones are critical for preserving muscle mass, maintaining bone density, and supporting cognitive function as we age. Moreover, squats directly combat sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, which accelerates rapidly after age 60. Research in medicine and science, in sports and exercise, demonstrated that older adults who performed squats 3 times a week gained an average of 2 pounds of muscle over just 12 weeks, lost fat, and improved their resting metabolic rate, meaning they burned more calories even while at rest. There is yet another important reason why squats hold the top spot on this list, which will be discussed further in the following sections. Falls among older men frequently occur during routine activities that involve movements similar to squatting, such as standing up from a chair, exiting a car, climbing stairs, or bending down to pick something off the floor. Each of these actions engages the same muscles and movement patterns as a squat, meaning that strengthening this movement directly prepares the body for the situations in which falls are most likely to happen, thereby reducing the risk of injury and improving overall mobility. Research published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society examined this by studying men over 70 years old, measuring how quickly they could rise from a chair, a functional movement closely linked to daily independence. In this study, half of the participants performed daily squat exercises, while the other half focused on upper body workouts to compare the specific benefits of lower body strength training. After 16 weeks, those who did squats improved their chair rise time by an impressive 34%, demonstrating enhanced lower limb power and coordination, while the upper body group showed no measurable improvement in this key functional task. Additionally, the squat group experienced a remarkable 43% decrease in falls during the follow-up period, highlighting the critical role of leg strength and balance in fall prevention among older adults. For individuals over 60, performing squats safely and effectively begins with standing with feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward or slightly outward at about a 15 to 30 degree angle to ensure proper alignment and stability. You can hold your arms out in front for balance or place your hands on your hips, depending on what feels most secure. The key is to initiate the movement by pushing your hips back as if sitting into a chair behind you, focusing on hip movement rather than bending the knees first, which can cause excessive stress on the knee joints and increase injury risk. Keep your chest lifted, weight on your heels, back flat and core engaged as you lower yourself in a controlled manner. Your knees should align over your toes, pointing in the same direction as your feet to maintain proper biomechanics and prevent joint strain. Lower until your thighs are parallel to the floor, or as far as comfortable while maintaining good form, as depth can be adjusted based on individual flexibility and strength levels. Notably, research from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows that even partial squats, where you don't go all the way down, offer significant benefits for older adults, so full depth is not necessary for effective training. Pause briefly at the bottom to engage muscles fully, then push through your heels to stand, squeezing your glutes at the top to complete one repetition and promote hip extension strength. Another study published in Experimental Gerontology found that older adults who performed just 10 squats per day significantly improved leg strength, balance, and functional mobility within 8 weeks, underscoring the accessibility and effectiveness of this simple exercise. If standing squats are too difficult, or if knee or hip issues exist, chair squats are a safe alternative. A sturdy chair behind you allows you to sit briefly during the movement before standing back up, providing security and limiting depth to reduce joint strain. As strength improves, you can gradually reduce how much you sit until you perform squats without the chair, progressively building confidence and muscle capacity. For men seeking to increase the challenge, adding resistance by holding dumbbells or household items like water bottles, pausing for 3 to 5 seconds at the bottom to increase time under tension, or performing squats on a slightly unstable surface such as a folded towel can engage more stabilizer muscles and proprioception. While daily squats are ideal for maintaining consistency, it's important to allow 48 to 72 hours for muscle recovery. When adding significant resistance or pushing close to failure, alternating heavier squat days with lighter recovery days to avoid overtraining and injury. However, bodyweight squats performed at moderate intensity can be safely done every day, making them a practical and effective component of a fall prevention and mobility maintenance routine for older men. A study in the Journal of Sports Science and Medicine found that daily moderate squats yield strength gains similar to heavy squats done thrice weekly, with a lower injury risk, beneficial for older adults prone to joint or muscle issues. Morning squats are ideal due to higher hormone levels and energy, enhancing muscle engagement and recovery. Chronobiology International research showed older adults exercising in the morning improved strength and mobility more than those exercising later, aligning with circadian rhythms that boost motivation and workout quality. Beginners should start with 2-3 sets of 10-15 reps, focusing on form and consider professional guidance. As strength grows, increase sets, add light weights or resistance bands, and try variations like goblet or Bulgarian squats to promote muscle growth and balance. 3 key exercises for men over 60 are walking, boosts cardiovascular health, single leg balance stands, improve stability, and squats, combat muscle loss and aid daily movements. These require under 40 minutes daily and can be split into short sessions, making consistency easier even with limited time or mobility. Since 1 in 4 men over 60 falls annually, regular strength, balance, and mobility exercises can cut this risk by nearly 50%, supporting independence and quality of life. To start, test balance by standing on one leg for 10 seconds, do 10 controlled squats, and take a brisk 10-15-minute walk. Share your progress below to inspire others in maintaining strength and steadiness after 60. Thanks for prioritizing health and fitness for longevity. In addition to these exercises, incorporating flexibility and stretching routines can further enhance mobility and reduce fall risk. Gentle stretches targeting the hip flexors, hamstrings, calves, and lower back can relieve stiffness and improve range of motion, which is crucial for performing daily activities safely. Yoga or Tai Chi are excellent options as they combine strength, balance, and flexibility training while promoting mindfulness and relaxation. For those new to these practices, starting with beginner classes or guided videos can ensure proper technique and prevent injury. Remember, consistency is key. Small daily efforts accumulate over time, contributing to better functional health and independence well into the later decades of life. Prioritize listening to your body, adjusting intensity as needed, and celebrating every milestone in your journey towards sustained strength and stability. Beyond physical exercises, nutrition also plays a vital role in maintaining muscle mass and overall health for men over 60. Ensuring adequate protein intake supports muscle repair and growth, while staying hydrated helps with joint lubrication and energy levels. Incorporating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats can reduce inflammation and provide essential vitamins and minerals that aid recovery and immune function. Consulting with a healthcare provider or dietitian can help tailor dietary needs to individual health conditions and activity levels, maximizing the benefits of your fitness routine. Combining smart nutrition with consistent exercise creates a strong foundation for thriving in your senior years.